Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tony Needs Hobbies. My name is Tony and in this video I'm going to show you how to make leather pull-up grips like these. Have fun watching. For this project I prepared a template for an average sized male hand. This can be downloaded for free from my website tonyneedshobbies.com. First thing that I will do is cutting out the template. On the template there also is a strap width indicator for cutting the strap. I am not going to use that because I built a leather strap cutter a while ago and I will use that tool to cut the two straps needed for this project. When the template is cut out, it will be transferred to cardboard. This gives a more rigid cutting template that I can use multiple times if needed. The center of the location for the finger holes is marked with an awl, and then this cardboard template will be cut. Last step for the template is marking the location of the holes so they can be easily copied to the flexible leather. For this project I'm going to use two tools that I have made in other videos, one of that being the stitching pony and the other one the leather strap cutter. But I'm also going to need to make another tool to punch these 22mm holes. I'm going to use a trick that I learned from a Tyler Bell video in which you will need to use a piece of pipe the same diameter of the hole that you want to cut, and with a grinder you will make this very sharp and then you can use it to punch holes. The diameter of the pipe should ideally match the diameter of your fingers. That's why I'm going for 22mm outer diameter. This pipe is made out of simple construction steel. It has a low carbon content, so unfortunately it cannot be hardened. That has consequences for the punch that I'm making from it. I can put a nice sharp angle on it, but the smaller the angle, the easier it will be blunt after using. For that reason I'm going for a 45-degree angle with the belt sander. Not that sharp, but it will stay sharp enough to cut the 6 holes. By the way, you can see that the steel has a low carbon content by the lack of sparks during the grinding process. And here's the result. Not very high tech, but definitely sharp enough. Alright, let's transfer the pattern to the leather. This is a 2mm thick or 5-ounce piece of black nubuck. With a ballpoint I will transfer the cardboard template twice, once for each hand. The design is symmetrical, so you don't need to flip it. With a rotary knife I make the first straight part of the cuts and then the slightly curved cuts. I make the round cuts using my freshly sharpened Swiss Army knife, since it gives me a little bit more control and precision. I also use this tool to round off the sharp edges and to give it all a more natural look. Before cutting the holes with the punch that was just made, I put the template back on the grips and use an awl to mark the positions where the holes should be punched. Then I can finally test if the punch creates nice holes. Well, although I'm really pleased with the results, it should have been a little bit sharper as not all the circles came out right away. so I needed to cut them loose. But they are nice and round and I'm happy. Now let's move on to the next step, for which I will use the strap cutter that I made a while ago. You should definitely check out that video as well by clicking the link in the top right corner. I adjust the strap cutter to 25mm or 1 inch and cut 2 straps out of 2mm thick brown dyed veg tan leather. My wrists are 20cm, to which I add 7.5cm to come to a final length of 27.5cm. These straps will overlap by roughly 5cm so that they can be secured with snap buttons. The corners are then cut off, and as a finishing touch I add my maker's mark by clamping a 3D printed stamp together with the leather in my bench vise. Doesn't that look good? Both parts, that is the grip itself and the strap, are finished, so I will glue them together using compact cement and then stitch them using my stitching pony. Be careful, because this leather, which is black nubuck by the way, has 2 sides, the nubuck side and the suede side. The nubuck side is a little bit softer and the suede side has more grip because of its texture. I prefer this to be on the inside, so when you're doing pull-ups you have a little bit more grip. Probably gluing is the easiest part of this whole process. With some masking tape I mask the parts of the strap and grip where I don't want the glue to go. Then I apply contact cement on both parts and let it sit until it looks dry. This takes around 5 minutes. Then put the 2 parts together correctly right away and press it together firmly. I repeat this for the other grip and then continue with hand stitching. I start by making a stitching groove so all the holes will nicely line up. These holes are then punched as straight as possible using this hole punch. The punch is waxed with some beeswax to be able to more easily take it out of the leather again. When all the holes are punched, I can start stitching. With the help of my homemade stitching pony, this isn't too difficult. If you want to see other videos of me making a variety of tools for my projects, then subscribe to my channel. Stitching takes a while, but I am definitely getting faster and the stitching lines look more regular every project. This is my best looking stitching work yet. Finish it off by melting the nylon thread and rubbing it flat with the back of the lighter. And finally the last step, which is installing the snap buttons. With an awl I mark the locations where they will go, and with hole pliers I cut the holes for them to go into. Be sure that the distance between the holes is equal so that the holes overlap. With a few blows of the mallet, these beautiful pull-up grips are finished. These grips feel fantastic and look just awesome, and they will definitely protect my hands while doing pull-ups in the gym. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, then definitely let me know by hitting that like button. And please also consider subscribing to this channel for more videos like this in the future. That's it for now. I would like to thank you for watching. Bye bye.